Intentions are scary because we don't have all the answers and we don't know whether it'll come true. So I have to say, if this did work, what would it look like? It would look like we are happy that we had the conversation. We got through the rough spot. They are diligently working on their skills or their behavior, that there's accountability, and that we have turned a corner. And this time next year, we're having a different conversation, or this time next month, that we don't have to be in the stuck place. That's what the intention looks like. So then I say, my intention for this conversation is to talk about your sales numbers and to see where I can support you on reaching your goals. Now that's the intention. The intention isn't to talk about what everybody else is doing. The intention is not to talk about all the reasons why it won't work. The intention is to talk about how to improve in this area, and I'm here to support you. So that's where you keep your focus, because it will get off track a couple of times. But that is exactly where you start a difficult conversation when you have to have a long, drawn-out conversation. If it's just a quick, by the way, I noticed you rolled your eyes, it seems to me like you disagree. You don't have to go and say, my intention is to talk about how you roll your eyes and whether or not you don't do that, because it's not appropriate for that situation. The intention helps you with difficult conversations that are big, that have blown up, that have been avoided, or that have not been addressed.
So, Marlene, we still have time for maybe one more good tip. Can you think of anything else that we might want to kind of equip ourselves with to manage these conversations better and or to ensure higher probability of success?
Wow, there's so much. Always one thing I'll say is that you will not have the answer before the conversation. The answer will come through the conversation. And what that means is you have to have a sense of being comfortable in the unknown. Yeah. And what that means is when you're really truly interested in someone and why they're not performing, you're going to be able to say, walk me through how this lands with you or how you see this. And that's where you have to listen and not get distracted, because that's where the blame and the judgment and the fear response will come. And you have to gently guide that back. But what you're really listening for, and I call it in this book, Think Like a Consultant, you're listening for where to put there's buckets that you're going to put these things in that are obstacles, basically. So if someone says, well, that's not fair, I don't see you talking to anybody else, and I know that, Jane and Jim and John, they don't have their numbers, you'll say, perhaps that's so, but this is really about you. And I do have things scheduled with them, but this conversation's not about them. You're going to you're going to avoid those verbal ping pong distractions. We're not going to the island called It's Not Fair. It may not be fair. That's a different conversation. But you're listening for clarity, because in all drama, there's always a lack of clarity. So what has become unclear? Have you not given clear instruction? Has the job changed and you're asking them to do more and more and more and more? I mean, what is not clear? You're going to listen for that. You're going to listen for priority. Do you as a leader keep changing your mind on priority, and therefore they're set up not to win because you might be wrong? And that way you're really listening for how you can improve too, not just that they're wrong and you're the boss and it's autocratic. You're really trying to figure out what's going on here so that you can really lead. It might be a priority issue. In fact, I think most marriages, they may have the same goals and values, but sometimes the priorities are so off within that the conflict happens because of that. And so you're looking for clarity, priority, you're looking for resources. Am I asking people to do more with less and they can't possibly accomplish based on what I'm asking? Are the resources not there? I could talk about that forever. I see that in almost every arena. We're going to look at skills. Did I hire them thinking they should know, but they don't, because of their past resume or the past job they did, but yet it was a whole different culture, so there were different expectations? What are the skill sets that seem to be missing? What are they not doing they should be doing? What are they not doing that they should be doing? Like, that's a skills issue that can be fixed usually. And then the last part you're looking for is willingness. And so that's where you learn to let someone go. If there's a lack of willingness, there's not going to be any change. And one of the theories that I've been working with for a very long time is that the fulcrum point of change is willingness, and that nothing changes until there's willingness. That's the one thing that happens before change is willingness. If there's reasons, but my shark, but you don't understand my shark. If it's, I would, but that's going to be difficult. Yeah, but I shouldn't have to. you are hearing resistance, and through that resistance, if you can't break through it, it's not going to work out, and you just need to know that.